Hello besties, as you can see by the title, this video is gonna be about unpopular K-pop opinions. I know that many times the opinions in this kind of videos are not unpopular at all, but I tried my best to come up with opinions that you don't hear every day and that many of you might not agree with. So anyway, these are just opinions, not facts. You don't have to agree with what I say, so let me know your thoughts. Now let's get started. I don't think Hui participating in Boys Planet is wrong. Most people seem to disagree with him being on the show considering how experienced he is, and I understand that. But every idol deserves a second chance and so does Hui. It's clear that Pentagon are in a very difficult situation. Their contract is expiring this year, and Hui being on the show indicates that the group is very likely to disband. He's either making a last attempt to make Pentagon become more famous, or he is trying to re-debut again in order to continue being an idol because he knows it's too late to save his group. I know that he's far better than most of the contestants and he already has a fan base, so he's probably gonna debut, and this is a bit unfair compared to the other trainees, but you can't blame him for trying to find a solution to the difficult situation his group is in. You always complain about how rare it is seeing adults debut instead of minors, and you always talk about how you wanna see more talented vocalists debuting. Well, Hui is the perfect answer to that. He is a veteran idol looking for a second chance and he's extremely talented. I don't think it's fair to bash him that much for being on the show. Also, it's not like it's the first time an already debuted idol participates in this type of program. Skinny shaming K-pop idols is just as common as fat shaming them. It seems to me like everyone always talks about idols who get fat shamed and people are always so ready to come to their defense. But you all forget that some idols get skinny shamed on a daily basis and very few people come in their defense. It's almost as if being thick was fine but being skinny wasn't. And I know people are gonna start saying that they're just worried about idols dieting and losing too much weight. But trust me, calling someone a skeleton is far from being concerned. That's straight up insulting them, and it happens all the damn time, just as much as fat shaming. It's just that the moment an idol gets fat shamed, everyone starts talking about it to defend them. But the moment idols get skinny shamed, very few people call this behavior out. Some idols that get skinny shamed on a daily basis are, for example, Lisa and Wonyoung. So many people will try to disguise their blatant hate as being concerned. But like I said, saying someone is a skeleton is not you being concerned, it's just you being shitty human beings. Everglow is not on the verge of disbanding like y'all claim. For the past year, I heard K-pop stans saying it was the end for Everglow, and everybody seemed to agree, thinking their career must be over. They disappeared for a bit and everyone started talking about disbandment. Like, chill guys, now that Iran is back it seems like things are looking good. If I'm not mistaken, Xion said that they were getting ready to have a comeback soon, which is honestly great. But anyway, I feel like you guys have been a bit too overdramatic. Yes, it's true that Everglow lost some of the hype they had at debut, but they're still one of the biggest fourth-gen groups internationally. I'm sorry, but it's true. They lost a lot of momentum, but they're doing way better than most random groups that debut every day just to then end up being forgotten. Everglow are not doing as bad as y'all claim, and I seriously doubt they're gonna disband anytime soon. I actually enjoy Soyeon's rap verse in Tomboy. This just comes down to preference, but I have to say I have a very different opinion compared to most people when it comes to this verse. I actually thought it was fun and catchy. When I listen to Tomboy, I'm always hyped when the rap part comes on, and it just makes me wanna sing along. Yes, the lyrics were cringe and they made little to no sense, but who cares as long as it sounds catchy. K-pop is full of cringy lyrics that don't make sense, but somehow you all had such a hatred for this particular verse and I don't get why. If you don't like it, that's fine, but I'm struggling to understand why it got so much backlash. Hybe should have never treated Trainee like an already debuted group. If you don't know, Trainee was a pre-debut group under Hybe, and I'm sure this opinion I have might be unpopular, because it seems like everyone was loving the way Trainee had so much pre-debut content and how they were being given a lot of opportunities to showcase themselves. In fact, this allowed them to establish a huge fandom for a pre-debut group, but now that it has been confirmed that the whole project has been scrapped, I can't help but thinking Hybe shouldn't have treated them like a finalized group, because that's not what they were. They were never a fixed group. They were just trainees that were put together for a project that could have worked but that could have also failed. And unfortunately it failed for reasons we don't fully know. The fact that Hybe allowed them to grow such a big fandom to just then put an end to the project sucks. It sucks because many people got attached to them, and it also sucks for the boys themselves, because they built a huge fandom which I'm sure gave them a sense of security, a sense of stability that probably made them think nothing could go wrong and they would definitely end up debuting together. The Leo scandal was most likely what led to the end of the project. and I know HYBE couldn't have possibly predicted such thing to happen. But they made the wrong decision in treating Trainee A as an already debuted group considering how they scrapped the project so easily, leading to the fans and the guys to be hurt. I never really cared about Trainee A, but I can only imagine how awful this situation must be for everyone involved. SM giving their groups remakes is just lame and lazy. Most people seem to love aespa releasing a remake of Dreams Come True by SES, and many people also loved seeing NCT Dream releasing a remake of Candy by HOT. According to people, this is iconic and it's a great way to remember those great songs, kinda like a tribute to them, but I think it's just kinda lazy from SM's part because those aren't actually new songs. In NCT's case, I think it's kinda better because they have frequent comebacks and fans have plenty of new songs to listen to, but aespa doesn't have frequent comebacks at all, and when they do it's mostly singles, so this already means they have very few songs in their discography. SM should give them original songs instead of remakes. I think this is the bare minimum. But they don't even bother and this pisses me off. I like Blue Contacts on Idols, kind of a random opinion, but also definitely an unpopular one, because I always, and I repeat always, see people hating on Blue Contacts and saying it looks weird and creepy when idols wear them, and I can understand that. It's very unnatural seeing these idols with such blue eyes and I understand why many people would dislike it, but I actually think it looks pretty cool, especially for certain concepts. People are allowed to speculate on Jennie's departure from NMIXX, spreading false rumors and trying to make them pass as the truth is wrong, and people should really stop doing that. But I don't really think it's a problem if people speculate on what might have possibly happened. Everybody says not to speculate on her departure, but it's kind of impossible for people not to ask themselves what happened. Jennie was the member who trained at JYP the longest. She was also one of the most loved and most popular members. If you told me a member was gonna leave NMIXX, I would have never thought Jennie could be the one to leave. It all happened so suddenly. The week before the announcement they were regularly performing at award shows, and then, all of a sudden, this whole thing happened. Because it was so sudden and unexpected, I think it's normal for people to speculate. Obviously, as long as you don't start spreading fake rumors to taint Jennie's reputation. I like Chaeyeon as Kepler's center. Kepler doesn't have fixed positions, but Chaeyeon is kinda the unofficial center considering she ranked first. Most people seem to dislike her being the center, and I honestly think that at the end of the day, people are never gonna be satisfied about who ends up being the center in a survival show group. People complained about Somi, about Wonyoung, about Kang Daniel, so this is nothing new. But anyway, back to Chaeyeon. I'm not saying she has the best stage presence in Kepler, but she's far from being bad like you claim. I actually think she has pretty good facial expressions and she's both cute and charismatic, so she fits well with Kepler's concept. There are members that are more qualified for the center role, but at the end of the day, Chaeyeon ranked first and it makes sense for her to have this position, no matter if you agree or disagree. JYP was actually smart for giving sneakers to ITZY. 99% of you are gonna disagree, but hear me out. First of all, I'm not a big fan of sneakers. I don't think it's as bad as some of you made it out to be, but I'd be lying if I said I liked it. Anyway, I think JYP had the right vision with this song. Sneakers is very reminiscent of their earliest releases such as Dalla Dalla and Icy, and you all know how well those two songs did, both domestically and internationally. Sneakers is catchy, fun, bubbly, and it's really like a throwback to the sound ITZY used to have before transitioning into more girl crush concepts. I think JYP was really trying to replicate their initial success, and he had a point. Sneakers actually did much better than Cheshire and some of their other songs on the charts. You might hate Sneakers, but apparently Korea absolutely loves that song, more than they love Cheshire, Loco, or even Mafia in the Morning. So I get what JYP was trying to do, and I think it makes so much sense. Well everyone, these were some unpopular K-pop opinions of mine. Don't forget to tell me your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye guys.